Welcome back, everyone, to the smartest year ever, our quest to become the world's greatest conversationalists. My name is Gordy, and this is day 4 of Food Week, Food Facts Week. One strange, surprising, fun food fact per day, and today we're talking about the origin of the sandwich. Like and subscribe if you haven't, so you can keep up every single day. I do this every single day. There are few foods more versatile, portable, and quietly essential than the sandwich. But who actually invented it, and why is it named after some British aristocrat? Well, the story usually starts in 18th century England with John Montagu, the 4th Earl of Sandwich. The name Sandwich comes from the Old English Sandwich, meaning sandy place by a trading port or market town on sandy soil. Montagu was either an obsessive gambler or a workaholic bureaucrat, depending on which version you prefer. In both versions, the key details are the same. He didn't want to leave his desk or his card game for a full meal, so he asked for meat between 2 slices of bread. That way he could eat with one hand and keep working, or gambling. I prefer gambling. I'd imagine him gambling with the other. People saw it and they started saying, "Oh, I'll have what Sandwich is having." Eventually, the thing just became called a sandwich. The timing lines up. The first written reference to a sandwich in English shows up in 1762, and the term spread quickly throughout Britain. By the early 1800s, sandwiches were being eaten everywhere, from aristocratic lounges to street corners. The name stuck, but here's the thing. Montagu may have given the sandwich its name, but he didn't invent the idea of putting food inside bread. That concept is ancient. In the 1st century BCE, Hillel the Elder, a Jewish religious leader, ate lamb, bitter herbs, caroset, wrapped in matzah during Passover. Caroset is a sweet paste made from chopped fruits, nuts, wine, and spices. Some food historians point to this as the earliest known sandwich. That's kind of cool. But across the Middle East and Mediterranean, people have been stuffing meats and spreads into flatbreads like pita, laffa, and naan for thousands of years. In medieval Europe, thick slices of bread were called trenchers, and they were used as edible plates. Workers throughout history often carried meals wrapped in bread for portability. So no, Montagu didn't invent the concept, he just happened to be wealthy enough to name it. Once the term sandwich was in circulation, the format exploded. By the 19th and 20th centuries, sandwiches were everywhere and completely customizable. The sandwich became a democratic food, accessible, modifiable, and able to absorb cultural influence. Today, nearly every culture has its own take. The banh mi in Vietnam, baguette filled with meats, pickled vegetables, and pate. The torta in Mexico, the panini in Italy, the croque monsieur in France, the PB&J club sandwich in Reuben, the good old US of A. And there are those existential threats to what a sandwich is too. How else do I phrase it? Like tacos, burgers, wraps, and the classic debate I always hear, is a hot dog a sandwich? Is a hot dog a sandwich? Interesting. Let me know in the comments what you think about that. Tacos, burgers, wraps, and hot dog. I think one of those is clearly a sandwich to me. I don't know. Interested to hear what you think. But a few bonus facts for the road. The Earl of Sandwich title still exists, and the current Earl co-founded a sandwich chain called Earl of Sandwich. Sandwich, Massachusetts. Been there often. That was named in the 1600s, well before anyone actually called the food a sandwich. So that predates the food itself, just named after the other city. In 2006, the British Sandwich Association had to legally define what counts as a sandwich to settle VAT disputes. It was more intense than you'd think. There's a lot. I suggest you read up on that. So there you have it. The sandwich didn't start in Sandwich, and it definitely didn't start with the Earl of Sandwich, but thanks to one hungry aristocrat with no time for cutlery, it got a name, and then it went global. Thank you to all my sources, which can be found in the YouTube description. Please leave me a comment. Let me know what your favorite sandwich is, and let me know, especially if you think the hot dog counts as a sandwich. That is the big one that is up for debate, I feel like. So you let me know about that. Share this with someone who likes this sort of thing. Give me a like. All that's really appreciated. Just thanks for being here in general. Go check out the 1-minute version if you have another minute to spare. And that's at Smartest Year Ever. Everywhere on social media, you can stay right here and go to YouTube Shorts, or you can venture off. You let me know. Either way, I appreciate it. And in the meantime, before I see you next, let's stay curious and stay clever on our quest to become the world's greatest conversationalists. I'll see you tomorrow in the smartest year ever.